Patty, tell folks who don't know where you are and what's on your mind, please.
I'm in Southwest Michigan. Um, I happened to the night of October 7th. My phone somehow woke me up, and I turned on BBC because I usually have my phone nearby, as you shouldn't do. But I turned on BBC and watched. I'm sure it was the replays of everything that was happening, and it was obviously horrifying. I in I can sympathize in a way with Daryl's not having a full perspective, because I don't think the media has given everyone an opportunity to get the full perspective of what has happened. There's been very one-sided reporting, and I've had to search to get the ongoing truth of what's happened in Israel. And I feel like the other very disturbing part of what happened on October 7th is what happened immediately on campuses with all of the, um, you know, uproar
Yeah.
for Palestine, that it is too diabolical to not feel like everything was part of an overall plan.
Yep. Patty, let me stop you there.
Sure.
Eve, I'd love for you to comment on that and to the extent you understand it, why have we seen in the fall semester, why have we seen far fewer protests for Palestine, for Palestinians, for Hamas than we did at the beginning of the conflict?
Well, at the beginning of the conflict, Patty, you're correct to assume that there is some kind of coordination. This is a global jihad war. And they're very blatant about that. They tell us what their plans are all the time, and they're very open and honest about it, which is why it's baffling that more people don't listen to what they say, because they mean what they say. The infiltration of our academic institutions has been going on since the early 2000s, as far as the Muslim Brotherhood group are concerned. And the reports in recent years of how much Qatari funding has gone into our top elite institutions is rather staggering and needs to be assessed by everyone on this Zoom and many more people. I can tell you that groups like Students for Justice in Palestine, who exist nationwide in this country, are directly funded and are issuing documents to their students and the students who sign up for SJP chapters. They issue them documents that explain to them how to run an encampment, how to deal with police interference, how to make weapons out of everyday items that they can get their hands on so that they can defend such encampments. These are materials that have been widely distributed to students in these encampments. And this was all set up so that it would be heavily coordinated with the attacks by Hamas in the Gaza envelope in the south of Israel on October 7th, so that this would, and it did, mere hours later, follow the attacks in Israel. And I don't know if you're paying, as close attention to some of the ceremonies, the barbaric ceremonies that we're seeing coming out of Gaza when the Hamas militants released the hostages. But during these ceremonies, you'll see on the stage the billboards that they have printed off and the slogans that they have printed off on the billboards. And the slogans are the exact same slogans that students around American institutions who have been in these encampments have been spouting and graffitiing themselves on the buildings. And that is not a coincidence. That is not.
All right. Eve, thank you. Patty, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay.